So that would be down here. So whatever that number is, okay? All right, and then usually we go -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right, if I want to use e to the x, we're giving you a calculator access on this one. So e to the 0 is 1, e to the first is 2.7, okay? And then e to the second is 7.3. E to the -1 is 0.36. E to the -2 is 0.13, okay? Now, what I want to do is solve the inside. So if I solve that inside, I replace that, it's going to be 1. The number attached to 1, 1 divided by 1 is 1, so that's going to be 2. It's going to be 3, it's going to be 0, it's going to be -1. Okay, other thing I'm going to have to do is subtract 6 from those. Okay, so this is now going to be 1.3. 2.7 minus 6 is -3.3. Then -5. 0.6 minus 6 is -5.6. 0.1 minus 6 is -5.9. Okay, so -1 over, -5.9 down. Okay, 0 over, about right there. 1 over, -5 down, so right here. 2 over, 2.7 up. Sorry, -3.3. Okay, so somewhere in here, I can't really see with my lines. Okay, and then 3 over 1.3 up, maybe somewhere in here. It's hard for me to really see on this board, but the graph looks like that. Okay, natural log, okay, very much like log. If I solve the inside, that would be at 0. So that's where my asymptote is. With log, natural log, I don't need to worry about this. This is the asymptote. Okay, so natural log of 1, 0, natural log of 2 is like 0.7. Okay, all right. So if I solve the inside, that's still going to be 0. I want to multiply by -1 and then add 2. So that's going to be 0 plus 2 would be 2. That'd be -0.7 plus 2 would be 1.3. Okay, so 1 over 2 up, 2 over 1.3 up. So this is what it would look like, something like that. Okay. Okay, two rationals. What you want to do is graph the asymptotes. So I'd want to factor this first. Okay, that gets crossed off. That's going to be the whole. Okay, so what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a vertical asymptote, because if I solve that, okay, that's going to be x equals 2. So with 2, okay, somewhere in here, okay, it's going to be my vertical asymptote. Since the denominator is bigger, okay, I've got that. And then all I got to do is I go into the table. All right, 1 divided by x minus 2. All right, and in the table, okay, all I got to do is do a couple of things. I can just put 1.3, which gives me 1, so 3 over 1 up. So somewhere in here, there's 1 point. I go the other way. That's going to be 1. 1 is going to be at -1, so about here. I also have a whole at 4. So that's 4 over 0.5 up, so here. So I know I didn't draw that very good. I'll over-exaggerate that. That's there, and then that's going to be here. Okay? All right? If I go to factor this, all right, 2x, x plus 3, x minus 1. Okay? All right? I've got 3. I think that's going to be 3x. Well, we actually have to factor that one the old-fashioned way. -30. Factor some -30 that add up to 7. Be 10 and -3. So it's 6x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 5. That's 3x times 2x, -1. All right, so 3x plus 5. 2x minus 1. All right, so the 2x minus 1 goes away, so there's going to be a whole at 1/2. We'll get to that in a second. What I want to graph is this 3x plus 5 over x plus 3. So if I solve that, that's going to have a solution at x equals -3, which is somewhere right there. I have a tie, so if I divide these numbers out front, that horizontal asymptote's at 3. So somewhere right there, I go into the table. What I want to type into the table is what I got left over. All right, in the table, since I'm at -3, I'm going to do -2. It puts me down at -1. And then if I do -4, puts me up at 7. So somewhere in here, okay? Then I got a 1/2, so I got to count for the whole. So 1 divided by 2 is 1.8. So somewhere here, okay? So what I want to do is graph this, approach here. This one tells me it's in that. Okay? All right, I think that's it for that page. Okay, I'm going into the solving. Okay, so this one's very similar to the trig one I did. I want to replace e to the x with that, so that's 2a squared minus 7a equals 4. Bring that back over, that's 2a squared minus 7a minus 4 equals 0. Factor that, that'd be -8. Factors of 8 that add up to that are -8 and 1. So 2a squared minus 8a plus 1a minus 4. If I take out an a times 2a, a times 1, a times -4. Okay, I solve each of these. This will be a equals 4. This will be a equals -1/2. Then I want to bring back the e. E to the x equals 4. E to the x equals -1/2. So I want to convert this. E converts to natural log. So natural log of 4 equals x. Natural log of -1/2 equals x. Okay. Now if I go into the calculator, very easy. Natural log of 4 gives me 1.38. Okay. But natural log of -1/2, we can't have negative natural logs, so only that's the answer. Okay, this one, I want to subtract 5. So that's 3 to the x minus 9 equals 80. Now, I want to convert this, so I'll convert this to a log. So log, okay, of 3, the 80 will join it, the x minus 9 goes over there. Okay, so remember that base switch. Okay, so I got log of 80 divided by log of 3. That's how you convert it. It's 3.988. And then I would just add 9 over to the other side. It's going to give me 12.988. Okay? Okay. This one, I'm going to add the 7. So that's natural log of x plus 8 equals 4. I would want to convert this to e. The 4 is going to join it. The x plus 8 is going to go over here. E to the 4th is 54.598. And I want to subtract 8. 54.598 minus 8. 46.598. Okay. All right. So what you got here is I'd have to subtract 5. So I got log 2x minus 6 equals 7. So I'm going to convert this to an exponential base 2. The 7 will join it. The 2x minus 6 will go over here. Okay. 2 to the 7th power is 128. Add 6, 134. Then divide by 2. I'm going to get x equals 67. Okay, going on to the last thing. Okay, this is a cube. I got to figure out the possibilities. Okay, the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Factors of 2 are 1 and 2. So I got the possibilities of plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. All right, 1 divided by 2 would be half. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 3 halves. 6 divided by 2 would be 3, okay? Now, I look at the sign changes. I got one sign change, I got two sign changes. So that means two positives, one negative. Okay? So what I want to do is I probably want to try some of the positive numbers using synthetic division. That'd be 2, 2, negative 1, negative 1, negative 6, that's 0. Okay? All right? So I know one of the solutions is 1. Okay? And then I got 2x squared minus 1x minus 6. Now you can keep going. All right? You can try to factor that, which I think is a better way to go. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. The factors that would add up to that would be negative 4 and 3. Okay, so I got 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6. Okay, GCF would be x times 2x, x times 3, 2x times negative 2. So my other factors are 2x plus 3 and x minus 2. So what are the solutions out of that? That'd be negative 3/2. That'd be 2. Those would be the solutions. Okay, if you wanted to keep with the synthetic division, you could. Okay, move that over here. It's 16x squared minus 14x plus 3 equals 0. This times this would give me 48. I got two negatives. Factors of 48 that would add up to that is that, negative 6 and negative 8. I got 16x squared minus 6x minus 8x plus 3. GCF would be 8x, 8x times 2x, 8x times negative 1, 2x times negative 3. So here are my factors. Solutions would be x equals 3/8, x equals 1/2. Okay, all right, and I think that is it. Okay, so that is the fourth part. You get to use a calculator for that one.